CE, Board Exam Review, Plane Geometry. Nagbabalik tayo. Simulan na natin. Ang topic natin ngayon is triangles. Given two sides of a triangle, ano daw ang possible third side of the triangle? We have our possible third side here. The sum of two sides is greater than the possible third side. And of course, the possible third side is greater than the difference of two sides. And we have our example. Two sides of a triangle measure 36 meters and 49 meters. One possible dimension of the third side is, we have our choices here. And of course, the summation of the two sides is 85. So, yung possible third side natin is, of course, less than sa sum ng two sides. So, it must be less than 85. And the difference of two sides is 13. So, the possible third side is greater than 13. Ito nga. And of course, that's 14 to 84. Ito, titignan natin yung choices natin dito. Wala tayong 14, but we have 84. 12 is not possible and 13 is not possible. 85 is also not possible. Another example, two sides of a triangle measure 14 centimeter and 25 centimeter. The perimeter of the triangle may be, of course, sum of two sides 39, and the difference is 11. So, it must be greater than 11 and less than 39. So, it must be 12 to 38. Ito-check mo yan tagi-isa. 14, perimeter is 14 plus 25, then the possible is from 12 to 38. 51 ang lumabas, and wala siya sa choices. Hanggang dumating ka sa dulo ng hangganan, which is makuha mo na yung choices. That's it. 56. Triangles naman tayo. Ang area niyan is 1/2 times base, which is this one, times height. That is our case 1. Meron naman tayong tinatawag ditong case 2, which is the scissors formula. And that is, yan, kaya tinawag na scissor, ayan, gunting. Ito yung given, side, and isang angle. 1/2 times A times B times sine alpha. And we have our case 3. Given, 3 sides lang. Ang applicable formula dyan is the Heron's formula, which is, yung formula niya is square root of semi-perimeter times, ito nga, ito. And ang semi-perimeter natin is the summation of 3 sides divided by 2. Another example, a chord 93 centimeters long is divided into 2 parts, from which 2 equilateral triangles are formed. If the total area of the triangles is 220 centimeters squared, find the ratio of the perimeter of the smaller and larger triangle. Meron tayo ditong chord, which is 93 yan, 93 centimeters. Sabi dito is divided into 2 parts. So, we divided into 2 parts. This is the first part and the second part. We call it x, yung shorter one. And of course, 93 minus x, hindi natin alam kung anong shorter dito. And of course, sabi dito, equilateral triangles daw sila. So, meaning, the sides of a triangle are equal. Ayan na nga. X over 3, X over 3. Kasi nga, dalawang triangle, di ba? And the second triangle is, ito naman ang side niya. Divided by 3 din. Kasi nga, equilateral. And the total area is 220. And of course, gagamit tayo dito ng equilateral triangle. And of course, we all know that the angles here are all 60 degrees. Kaya, given two sides and one angle, that is our scissors formula. At makukuha mo yung x dito, which is 35.3619. Makukuha mo yung isa, yung sinasabi kong mas mahaba. And of course, sabi dito, find the ratio of the perimeter of the smaller triangle and larger. Ang smaller triangle, ang perimeter niya is times 3 mo lang yung sides. And you'll get, at ito naman, times 3 mo lang din yung sides ng larger triangle natin. You can cancel those 2 3s. And you'll get the ratio of 0.6135. Next example, a triangular lot ABC with BC is equals to 400 meters and B, which is the angle is 50 degrees, is divided into two parts by the line DE is equals to 150 meters, which is parallel to BC. Points D and E are located on the sides AB and AC, respectively. The area of the segment BDEC is 50,977 square meter. Find the area of the triangle ABC. Mayroon tayong triangle, which is ABC nga, ABC. And that is, yung sabi dito, BC, 400 meters. And the angle is 50 degrees. Sabi dito, divided into two parts by the line DE, which is 150 meter. Parallel siya dito sa BC. Ano sabi naman dito? Area of the segment is 50,977. BDEC, which is a trapezoid. Ratio and proportion lang tayo. Ang pwedeng maging basehan natin sa ratio and proportion is kung parallels ang sa kanilang side at common ang vertex nila. Katulad nito, area of ADE, ito, smaller triangle, and area of ABC, a larger triangle, common vertex, which is A, and DE, at BC, which is parallel naman, parallel side. I-square mo to match their unit, kasi nga area is square meter. And then, transpose mo lang. No. Ang area ADE kasi is area of the whole triangle minus this trapezoid. Kaya, ito. And then, we all know that the trapezoid is, area of trapezoid is 50,977. And retain this one. And we all know the measurement of these two segments. And that's it. You'll get area of the triangle. Quadrilateral naman tayo. Meron dito, sabi dito, the distances from a point inside the square to its vertices are 3 meters, 4 meters, and 5 meters consecutively. Find the side of the square. Ito, may square tayo. May point daw sa loob ng square. Ito yung point. And ang distance nila sa mga kanilang vertices is this one is 3 meters, and this one is 4 meters, and this one is 5 meters. At itong dalawang to is not the same slope. Mukha lang. And of course, it is a square, same sides. At ang angle natin dito, kung ito ay theta, syempre, 90 minus theta naman to. Oblique triangles at cosine law ang gagamitin. Cosine law, I mean. Ang cosine law is 3 squared is equals to itong 3 na to, 3 squared. Of course, ang opposite angle niya is theta. And this one is cosine theta. The two sides is x and 4. And you'll get here an equation 1. Another equation naman tayo. Gagamitin natin tong oblique triangle na to. Sine law lang ulit. At we all know that cosine A plus or minus B is equals to cos. Ito yung cos cosine sin. Depende kung anong sign dito, yun din ang sign sa gitna. At alam natin na ang cosine 90 minus theta is ganito nga. And this one is minus. At alam natin ng cosine 90 is 0. Of course, may matitira dito is, at ang sine 90 naman is 1. So, of course, matitira dito is sine theta. I mean, this one is negative 1. And you'll get here, ito nga. Applying identities daw tayo. Sine squared theta plus, ito, alam natin to lahat. This one is the simplest identities. Yun nga, substitute mo lang. Ito, sine theta, tas itong cosine theta na to. And then you'll get here. Ito nga. Itong unang roots natin is negative 5.654, which is napaka-illogical kasi negative. Of course, negative ulit. Napaka-illogical ulit. And of course, this one is positive and napaka-illogical ulit kasi paano naging 1 yan? Ang haba ng mga to. And of course, this one is the correct answer. Another example. By how much would the perimeter of a square be increased if its area is tripled? Ilan daw yung ilalaki ng perimeter ng square pag yung area is na triple? Maglelet lang tayo ng any value for the sides and let's try 2 meters. 2 meters yung square. Ang perimeter niyan is 8 meters. Ang area niyan is 4 meters, 4 square meter. Pag tiniriple mo yung area, lalabas yung 12. And then, get the sides. Kukuha mo yung sides mo is 2 square root of 3. Kaya, ito yung perimeter of tripled area. 8 square root of 3 naman yung perimeter niya. Ito naman yung percentage ng decrease or increase. At makikita natin na nag-increase yung perimeter. So, ito lang siya. Perimeter 2 minus perimeter 1 divided by perimeter 1 times 100%. Makukuha natin dito, 73.21% ang ilinaki ng perimeter pag triniple mo ang area ng isang square. Another example, a farmer owns 2 square lots of an equal side, together containing 6,568 square meter. If the lots are contiguous, it would require 356 meter of fence to enclose them in a single enclosure of 6 sides. Find the minimum dimension of the smaller lot. Pag sinabi natin contiguous, magkatabi lang yan. Ganyan. At sabi dito is unequal sides sila. Kaya mas maliit yung isa. And of course, talaga nating x to. X. And this is y. Yung smaller square natin. Y. And of course, ito. is x minus this one y. Ang area niyan is, sabi dito is, pag pinagsama mo sila is 6,568. And that is equation 1. X squared plus yung y squared. At ang perimeter is x and then ito x plus y, y, x minus y plus x. At ang sabi dito, 356 meters daw. Pag sinara mo sila ng fence, kung babakuran mo yung lot, yan. Ganito, babakuran mo sila. And that is equation 2. Equation 1 and equation 2, makukuha mo yung y, which is 2. And of course, ang pipiliin mo is the smaller one. Another example, a triangle with sides measuring 18 meters, 25 meters, and 29 meters circumscribe a rectangle. The longer side of the rectangle lies on the 29-meter side of the triangle. If the area of the rectangle is 1/3 of the area of the triangle, find the longer side of the rectangle. Sabi dito, ito may triangle tayo dito. At circumscribe niya is a rectangle. 29 meters, 18, and 25. Sabi dito, the longer side of the rectangle lies on the 29-meter side of the triangle. Ito nga. Kaya alam natin kung paano natin nilagay yung rectangle. And sabihin natin x yung length ng rectangle. H naman yung height ng triangle. And of course, from here to there is, kung ito ay y, yung width ng ating rectangle, it's h minus y. Ayan nga. Nahuli pa nga itong mga to. ABC, BAC. Yan nga. Ratio and proportion lang tayo dito. X over 29. We all know that this is the smaller triangle and larger triangle. Same vertex ulit tayo, kaya pwede natin gamitin sa ratio and proportion. H minus y, ito nga. The height of the smaller triangle. And this one, h, is the height of the larger triangle. And parallel sides ulit tayo. Kaya kanina. Equation 1 yan. Ang area naman ng rectangle is, ito nga, xy is equals to, itong 1/2 times 29 times 18. Sin B is the area of the triangle times iwa 1/3 mo lang. Kasi sabi nga dito, the area of the rectangle is 1/3 the area of the triangle. And then, solve mo muna yung angle B para makuha natin to. Gagamit tayo ng cosine law, which is, ang gusto natin makuha is angle B. So, we'll use this side, 25 square meter. Then, the two side, 18 square plus 29 square minus 2. Two sides ulit, 2 times 18 times 29 times cosine B. And you'll get B here. And that is 58.8526 degree. Substitute mo lang. At makukuha mo yung xy mo, which is the area of the rectangle, 74.4580. Substitute mo lang siya doon. Makukuha mo yung, substitute mo lang siya sa, saan ba dito? Ito, dito, sa y. Itong H na to is, to H, sign lang ginamit natin dito. Sign of B is equals to opposite H over adjacent. I mean this one, 18. And you'll get, substitute mo lang yung angle na nakuha natin kanina. Makukuha mo yung H dito. Substitute mo lang yung H, substitute mo yung Y. And yun na nga, makukuha mo yung X. And that is 22.8716. Another example ulit tayo. A triangle was cut from every corner of a square with a 28 cm side to form a rectangle whose length is twice its width. Find the area of the rectangle. Ito, a triangle daw was cut from every corner of a square. 28 cm side to form a rectangle. Ito nga, 28 sila, yung square. And then, ang gusto is, a triangle was cut from every corner of a square. At ang pinang-cut daw natin is a rectangle. And this one is, of course, its length, and this one is the width. Now we all know this is the same, x and x. And of course, the same din yon, dalawang yon. Ang area naman ng rectangle is length times width. And of course, sabi, ito nga, alagay dito, whose length is twice its width. Ito, yung length niya, 2 width. And of course, this is a right triangle. Pythagorean tayo. Hypotenuse, square of hypotenuse is equals to the summation of the two square of two sides. Yan ang lalabas. And that is equation 1. At ang area naman ng rectangle natin is 28 square, which is the area of the square minus the area of the four triangles. Ito nga yung area ng square, I mean area ng rectangle, 2w squared is equals to the area of the square, 784 minus 2, 1/2 x squared. Ito yung triangle natin. Ito, this one. Ito yun, dalawa sila. And then, yung dalawang triangle naman, which is this one, and this one. Minus mo lang yan, makukuha mo yung area ng rectangle. At ito yung lalabas. And that is equation 2. Equation 1 and equation 2, makukuha mo yung x. Makukuha mo na yung w. And makukuha mo na yung area ng rectangle. And that is, yan nga, 384.4430. And this one, saan ba ito? At this one is error lang to sa type. Quadrilateral, ulit. Parallelogram naman. Case 1, parallelogram. Ang basta tatanda mo, parallelogram is yung nakabangking lang na rectangle. Kumbaga, naantok. And that is the base. This is the height. And pag natin mo yan sa gitna, makaka-form tayo ng triangles. And that is true, ay 2 triangles. 1/2 times base times height. And that is 1 triangle. I-times 2 mo lang. Kukuha mo yung area ng parallelogram. And that is BH. Case 2. Given is the two sides. Gagawin mo lang dyan is, ano pa ba? Eddie scissors formula. And of course, ito, parehas lang yan. So, times 2 mo lang ulit. And AB sine theta ang maiiwan. Case 3, given is the diagonal, the two diagonals. And we have our alpha here. And of course, this one is 180 minus alpha. Kasi nga ito, supplementary yan. And of course, the area is, this one is alpha. Yan. Alpha to, alpha to, alpha, alpha. This one is alpha, alpha. Times mo lang yung dalawang diagonal. And we have our proof here na equal lang sila. Equal lang yung dalawang yan. Remember that sine 180 minus alpha. Basta pag ganyang sine is sin cos cosine. Pag cosine naman, cos cos sin sin, di ba? And then, of course, ang maiiwan dyan is sine alpha. Bakit? This one is 0. This one is negative 1. And maiiwan dyan is sine alpha. So, basically, this one are the same. An example tayo. The diagonals of parallelogram measure 48 meter and 70 meter. If they intersect at an angle of 51 degrees, find the area of the parallelogram. Blul na ako. 70 meters daw yung isang diagonal at of course, pag nakasway siya dito, to the right ang sway niya, this one is longer diagonals and this one is shorter diagonal. Of course, given dalawang diagonal at meron silang angle of intersection which is 51 degrees. All asosolve na natin. All is given tayo. Ayan. Ganyan lang. Substitute mo lang ang diagonal 1 at ang diagonal 2 dito. And you get the area, which is this one. Another example, the sides of a parallelogram measure 25 cm and 40 cm. One of its interior angles measures 78 degrees. If the consecutive midpoints of the sides are connected, find the area of the figure thus formed. Ito, given nga tayo ng sides of parallelogram, which is 25 and 40. And one of its interior angles measures 78 degrees. And this one. And sabi dito, consecutive midpoints of the sides are connected. Sabi niya, ilan daw? Find the area of the formed figure. And of course, alam natin na magkapares lang yan, ito at ito. And of course, parallel siya dito, parallel siya dito. Thus, parehas sila ng angle. This one is 25. Siyempre, parallel lang yan, 25. And the area formed is, gagamit tayo ng pag ganito ang tingin natin, ito ay isang parallelogram lang din. At ito ang kanilang diagonals, which is the 25 and 40. So, gamit lang tayo ng ito, yung scissors formula natin. I mean this one is the diagonals times diagonals and sine alpha, which is this one. Makukuha mo na yung area ng na-form na figure. Pero lagi niyong tatandaan, pag quadrilaterals ang pinag-uusapan at kinonect mo ang kanilang consecutive midpoints, ang area ng na-form na figure is 1/2 lamang ng area ng original. Let's try that one. Ang area ng original is ito. Gagamit tayo dito ng anong ginamit natin dito is what is this? 1/2 times 25 times 40. times sine 78. And of course, dalawa yan. Dalawa yan. Kasi nga, ito, triangles, triangles, triangles. Scissors formula lang. At times 2 mo lang. And of course, yan yung lalabas. At pag dinivide 2 mo yan, which is makukuha mo ang area ng na-form na pag kinonect mo yung consecutive midpoints. And you'll get basically the same from here. So, lagi niyang tatandaan, pag quadrilaterals at kinonekta ang kanilang midpoints ng consecutive midpoints, kalahati lang yan ng area ng original. Okay, that's it. Rhombus naman tayo. Basically, ang rhombus is a parallelogram but it is a square. Kung A ito, A din ang sides na to. So, gamit tayo ng case 1 natin, which is base times height, and you'll get A times H. Case 2, which is given yung two sides. Of course, scissors formula. Yun na ulit. A square sin theta lang yung resulting formula. Case 3 naman tayo. Given the diagonals, and of course, ang intersection nito is 90 degrees because it is a square. Same sides lang. And, kunwari, alpha yan. And this one is alpha again. And of course, that is 90 degrees. Sin 90 degrees is 1. So, matitira lang as is 1 half of the two diagonals. Each side of a rhombus measures 32 meters. The product of its diagonals is 1,924 square meter. Ang pinapahanap is the shorter diagonal. Of course, pagpasway sa kanan yung ating rhombus, the shorter diagonal is this one. Common sense? Ito, D1. Ang kalahati ng ating diagonal is D1 over 2. And of course, that is D2 over 2 din. Kalahati lang din. And gagamit tayo dito ng triangle. At ang ating product ng dalawang diagonals is 1,924. Ito nga. Gumamit lang tayo dito ng triangle. This one is 90 degrees. So, basically, this triangle is right triangle. And this one is the hypotenuse, which is 32. Pag tayo, Pythagorean, square mo lang yung hypotenuse, tapos yung dalawang side, yun na, makukuha mo. Substitute mo lang yung, ang sinubstitute natin dito is the D1 kasi ang pinapahanap is D2. You'll get D2. That is 36.6906. Trapezoid naman tayo. Madali lang naman to. Kunin mo lang yung dalawang base, A tsaka B, times mo ng height, tapos i-divide mo ng 2. And that is the formula of the trapezoid. And we have our example here. A trapezoid having an altitude of 60 cm and bases of 116 cm and 152 is divided into two parts by a line parallel to the bases. Find the length of the dividing line if the areas of the two parts are in the ratio of 2:3. Ito nga, 116 yung shorter base natin, and this 152, the larger base, and the altitude is 60. Gawin natin x yung nagdi-divide sa kanila into two parts. And of course, this one is 116. Ito, hanggang dito is 116. So, this one is x minus 116. And this one is 116. 36 naman to para mabuo natin yung tinatawag na 152. Kaya naging x minus 116 to is, di ba, this one is, pag titignan mo dito, ayan o, a parallelogram. And 116 is equals to 116 is equals to 116. Then, of course, 36 to. At makakabuo tayo ng triangle dito. At makikita mo na pwede mong gamitin ang ratio and proportion. At ang area ng trapezoid is, ayan, dalawang base times height, divide mo lang ng 2. And this one, nakikita natin nga na mag-ratio and proportion tayo. The smaller triangle's height is, kunwari siya ay y. And area of the triangle 1 is, ito nga, 1/2 times 116 plus x times y. Ito, area of the trapezoid 1. At yan yung lalabas. Area naman nung this one, the trapezoid 2 is ganyan nga, yan nga, yan nga. Alam nyo na yan. And sabi dito, ang kanilang area is 2:3. And of course, this one is shorter base. So, alam natin na mas maliit yung area nito, which is sa kanya yung ratio na 2. At 3 naman ang ratio ng ito. Ano mo lang, 2:3 nga. Substitute mo lang. Similar triangle tayo. Ayan, 60. Yung height ng larger triangle times the height of the smaller triangle. And 36 is the base of the larger triangle. And x minus 116 is the base of the smaller triangle. And then, makuha mo yung y. Substitute mo lang yung y dun sa dito. Ganito yan. Yung lalabas dyan. Cancel lang yung 2. 2. And then, cross multiply this one. I mean this one. This one, this one. Cross multiply mo lang. And substitute mo yung y. And then, shift solve mo na lang para mabilis. General quadrilateral naman tayo. Ang general quadrilateral is wala siyang parallel sides. At irregular quadrilateral siya. Ganito, kunwari ang itsura niya. This is A, B, C, and D. And of course, that's side A, B, C, and D. Diagonal to diagonals. Ang formula natin dito is the Brecht-Schneider formula, which is the area of the general quadrilateral, semi-perimeter minus A, ganun lang, tapos minus ABCD cosine squared theta. Ganun lang ulit yung semi-perimeter, the half lang ng perimeter. And then, yung angle natin dito is the sum of opposite angles, which is, ito, magka-opposite sila, A and C, divided by 2, and B and D, divided by 2. Kahit ano dyan, sa makukuha mo dito, is pwede mong gamitin dito. And of course, you can use 2 triangles again. Ayan. 1/2 A times D. Itong triangle na to. Triangle ABD. A times D sine A. And of course, C times 1/2 B times C times angle sine of angle C. Given tayo dito, a quadrilateral ABCD has sides AB is equals to 103, BC is equals to 90 meters, CD is 159, and DA is 71. Its interior angle at vertex B measures 80. Sabi na naman dito, consecutive midpoints of the quadrilateral are connected. And of course, quadrilateral yan, nakita na natin. Ano na naman daw yung area ng na-form? Given tayo dito, quadrilateral, that is A. At kinonect yung consecutive midpoints. Yung yellow line natin dito, yan yung nagko-connect sa mga midpoints. At may nabubuo tayong form. Ayan na. 103, 90, 80 daw dito yung degree ng B. 59, 71. And may diagonal tayo dito. Ayan nga, for quadrilateral, consecutive midpoints, 1/2 lang ng original. Ayan. Hindi natin kasi alam yung kung paano kunin yung area ng original. So, we'll get the diagonal here. And, kasi nga kanina, di ba, nakita nyo yung formula natin is, yung cosine theta is, yung theta niya is sum of the opposite angles divided by 2. Makuha mo yung diagonal pag nag-cosine law ka gamit ang triangle ABC. At yan yung resulting diagonal. And of course, kunin mo naman yung angle D. So, gagamit naman tayo ng cosine law sa triangle ACD. You will get here the angle D, which is 48.933 degrees. And, yun nga, sinubstitute nyo na lang kanina ay sa dalawang triangles, which is the scissors formula ang ginamit. So, makukuha mo ito. And, try mo lang. Ito nga, hinap lang. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.